Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Continuing text 58 of Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali. Gradually, the devotee must become more and more absorbed in engaging the tongue and the mind in chanting and remembering the glories of Radha and Krishna's names, forms, and pastimes, spending all his time living in Vraja in allegiance to the Raganuga Bhaktas. This is a quintessence of all instruction.
Read again.
Gradually, the devotee,
if you want to be a devotion means what? Love in action. If you want to be a loving person, and you want to always you act in the loving nature, always taking care with love, that's a devotion. Like a mother is taking care to the children with love, and the son not understand the love of mother. Mother is doing devotion, but son is not ready to accept. And one is all this way. Devotion means without result, I want to help, love you, and want to serve you. Service. Love in action. Action is a service. That's a devotion. It's not that God has doing devotion. Day to day, every moment, you are naturally in devotion. When you have a need to love and serve. If you are not in love and serve, no need this. You are in gunas. You cannot feel it. You want to be something, but useless. How you will be without devotion? You have to fix where to devote, what to do in life. See?
gradually, the devotee must become more and more absorbed.
Absorption. Absorb. Mother is mostly absorbed with the son. He has no other time to do. But we are devotion, want to do, but I am not absorbed. Means observation is not that I am not absorbed. I am absorbed in different parts of the life. I am not a devotion. Then I am in gunas. I want to do what I like. Independence. My independency is the reason of suffering. Not to feel. See nature never living. Independency, independent nature. Why I will be under control of anything? Why you are independent? Because you are a soul. And soul is part and parcel of super soul. The super soul is also very independent. So this nature comes to the soul. and independency comes for nothing. To suffer in material life. This independency, because we know only one thing. We become independent for more crazy things. Because what I know, I can do. I have no idea of others. And similar time, I am very conditional with my senses, body and mind and ego. That condition is also not leaving me. And I am like a ball, a ping pong, pink marginal. Sometime I like this, sometime I like this. Sometime I like good devotion, sometime I like this good thing, and sometime I like bad thing also. Crazy thing. This nature cannot go because this is the nature of the condition of my body. My material body is a condition for me. My nose, my eyes, my mouth, my senses, lower senses, they are all creating conditions. Marginal and independent. Prabhupada says it's not normal. If you want to be normal, you have to come to the shelter of pleasure-giving potency. Read Bhagavad Gita last paragraph. And means take the shelter, take in the lotus feet. You have to follow in their guidelines. Forget your independence. If you want to suffer, nobody can stop you. But if you don't want to come out from the suffering, that is the way on. Go on.
More and more absorbed.
Observation. Observe. How you can observe? From your eyes, from your listening, from your mouth. Higher senses will help you to absorb, and lower senses will make you to drain out. If you want to absorb, you have to use your senses, upper senses.
Absorbed and engaging the tongue.
Tongue. First is the tongue. Engage your tongue in the right place, right talk, not useless wasting your time. Control your tongue first. Balance your tongue and use this tongue in the remembrance of this reality and the highest realization. Somebody will say, remember the name, chant the name, because that will help you to control your tongue. But I am not interested. How I will observe.
In engaging the tongue and the mind, in chanting and remembering the glories of Radha and Krishna's names, forms, and pastimes.
Name, forms, how you will see the form. You have to use the eyes to see the form. And what their pastime. that to know, gather that information. And when you will go for this, you need your soul, you need your sarup to go on that. You cannot go with this material body. I always say, this is my home. Plastic body is my home to leave the soul. So I am a conditioned, marginal and independent. And do one thing, go to the spiritual master and make one forest home, garden house, and move from here to live there. That is, say, you have no pain, no marginal nature will be there, no condition is there, and no independency will be there. Only you have to move your consciousness to live in the garden house. In the house where the natural air, fresh air, and freshness, everything is new for you. And that home will give you different connection and vibe, different association. That is your Anandamaya Kosh. One is Annamaya Kosh, you know yoga. Annamaya Kosh we are living, material, flat. Why you are living here? These gunas will never leave you. Then we need dharma. And what about that guna? What is the jiva? What is the dharma of jiva? Anyone thinking this? What is my jaiva dharma? I am thinking for my senses dharma. I am thinking for my body dharma. What is not mine? My ego dharma. My material dharma, plastic dharma. Are this is not going to work. This will make more conflict to you that if you want to know, you are jiva, and jiva has what dharma? What is the religion, the work of the jiva? Jiva has only one work, to love and to be connected with the divine where he is coming. Right or not? Say me. Only one religion. To love, to know yourself, live in yourself, practice to live in yourself and connect with that place where you are coming from. What is your place for coming? Connect yourself from that and to take the help for doing that. That is only Jaiva Dharma. If you don't practice this, you are in nowhere, just passing your time for suffering. Because we identify ourselves that we are plastic body, plastic surgery, right? Plastic body. We identify that we are senses, and senses are playing game with me. And senses control my mind, and then I have to dance for my senses. It's working like this. We create suffering myself. Nobody created suffering for me. Then we say, this is my dharma to take care of my senses, my body, okay. But you have a whole room, you have a house. This is your dharma to maintain and clean that. but not die for this. You have a house, maybe rental or buying house, but bring with you when you take birth. You do with the money. That is not your dharma. Your dharma, reality, what you come, bring yourself with your body is a soul only. No any penny earth with that. Soul is the dharma, to know and recognize this. But we are doing all the practice to forget that. So this is my suffering. I have no routine, I am creating suffering because we forget myself. And then we start doing what is happening, what is good and bad, calculating from the ego and mind. Ego and mind never help you. It's not intelligence here. The senses is controlled by you, control to your body, right? Senses control what you do. And senses is controlled by mind. Senses say, "Arey, she's your mother, she's your daughter, and she is your wife. You cannot do with your daughter and a mother like a wife." This mind is telling. And mind is controlled by intelligence here. Mind is controlled by intelligence. Mind is controlled by knowledge. Knowledge. I graduate, I engineer, I this, that. Mind controlled by knowledge. How much knowledge you can do. And knowledge controlled by your intelligence here. And intelligence here based on your realization. If you are realized, that self-realization is more intelligent person than unrealized person. So one person is not educated, but he has a so deep realization, he can solve the problem of others by looking, he knows the problem. Why? Because he has a self-realization idea how to help this person. He knows the problem is where block. But our nature, not to remove our problem, I want to live in my problem. Then who can help you? Nobody. If you don't want to go out from the problem are your friends. Okay? Understand? Yes, go on.
Spending all his time living in Vraja in allegiance to the Raganuga Bhaktas.
Spend your time in Brajabhumi. And what allegiance, which group, which friendship, which loving person, Raga, who has a loving mood. Raga, Anuga, who is in love and he wants to give love to you. That person. Who has no love, what he will give you? He cannot. Rag Anuga. Rag means love. Anuga, who to follow the raga, loving nature. He who is loving nature, he can feel and see your difficulty and try to guide you to help. When you will not give time to them, how they will help you? Yeah. Go on.
This is the essence of all instruction.
This is the essence of all instruction. Therefore, तुम्हारे लिए आ गया. तुम्हारे लिए भी आया. This is the essence of all teaching. If you don't want to associate those people, means vinas kale viprita buddhi. But say in English, say.
When the time of death or destruction comes, then the intellect begins to guide you in the wrong path.
Vinas kale, not death. Means that vinas kale, bad time is coming in your life. Then your mind will become destructive. Nothing will happen. Only mind will change. Good will start looking bad to you, and bad will start looking good to you. This say vinas kale viprita. Nothing will happen. And then you can assess the person, this is not a good time for them. It's not positive for them. But they don't say, why century person will say you have a bad time? But they assess, time is not good. They are searching for nothing.
In this verse, Sri Raghunatha Dasa perceives Sri Radha's pastime of going to Nandiswara to cook for Krishna in the early morning. He is himself not the controller of these visions. They come to him spontaneously. When the pastimes manifest themselves spontaneously, he relishes them. And when they vanish, he prays. He is not able to decide the course of their succession. By the blessing of Durvasa Muni, Sri Radhika has become Amritapani, she whose hand turns everything she cooks into nectar, increasing the lifespan of everyone who eats it, destroying their diseases, nourishing their bodies, and giving them the taste of nectar.
For right path. When you eat the food, jaisa khao anna, how you make your food, mind act like that. how you will eat the food, your mind will act that way. You take it may be your taste, but mind will be work that. Like you drink alcohol, mind will act in crazy way. If you eat fish and an egg and meat, mind will dance like that. You cannot stop it. Why? Because this is you're aspiring to be like that. But you see, they are from Hong Kong. Very difficult to find vegetarian food for them. In Hong Kong and China, very difficult to find. Without fish or without egg or without. But they are searching and they are taking like that. They are trying to be like that, to be vegetarian. And you see, in summertime also they are there. Because they have a wish to grow this. Radha, grow this. We have to be weak. We need this wish inside. What is right to do it in life. We have to involve ourselves for positive things. And out of these circumstances, every place is negative. Every place. There is no need to search for that. But rare you find someone who works for positive. Go on. Read.
For this reason, Mother Yashoda, who is always overwhelmed by feelings of love for her son.
You see? Same thing I say. Yeah? Same thing I say. Mother Yashoda is a full warm. In the cool time also warm means full of love. No need to teach that. Warming inside. Radhika is warming to meet his lover Krishna. He is warming to her. In the morning time, we want to sleep, and she is warming inside her heart to see his lover. Warming, burning. How she can sleep? You have to meet to your lover in early morning. You can sleep? Nobody can sleep. Why? Love is there, yaar. And mother also has warming to cook food for my son because he is going out warm. You cannot see this warming feeling. You want to be happy with feeling less? A feeling is the spiritual way of life. Feeling less person is a material person who has no desire to feel it. How much you will develop relation and feeling, you grow for spiritual life. And you want to close your feelings and relation, you block your spiritual life. No?
For this reason, Mother Yashoda, who is always overwhelmed by feelings of love for her son, daily asks Sri Radhika to come to her home to cook for Krishna. Of course, Srimati Radharani, the supreme and original goddess, does not need boons from anyone. Garga Muni and Durvasa Muni are only unconsciously assisting in increasing the spiritual erotic flavor for Krishna. Kundalata obtains permission from Mother Jatila to bring Radhika to Nandiswara. Although Jatila mistrusts the naughty son of Nanda, Krishna, all the gopis walk along with Kundalata like a marketplace of moons, illuminating all the forest paths with their sweet splendor. All the gopis cover their heads with their veils when they pass through the village of Yavat. But when they leave the boundaries of the village, they open their veils again. How sweetly Tulasi addresses Radharani here. Swamini, there's not a whiff of bodily consciousness in this address. You're going to cook for your Prananatha. That is why you are overwhelmed by ecstasy, and you may sometimes trip and stumble. I will see it and understand it. The veil of your mind will be opened for me, and nothing will remain hidden. This must be understood through the mind of the Acharya. Just see once how the sincere devotees are fixed in remembering these transcendental pastimes. They are horripilating of ecstasy when they remember the sweetness of Swamini's each and every limb and gesture. Swamini's happiness will awaken in the heart of the Kinkari. The Kinkari knows when her Swamini is happy. We also want to become qualified to experience this in our hearts. One should want to understand all the hints that Srimati makes with her glances, words, etc. This is not possible, however, without giving up all desires other than the lotus feet of Sri Radha. One should always desire to absorb one's mind in the ocean of blissful love for Sri Radha. In past, present, or future, the Kinkaris have no other desire than to serve Sri Radha's lotus feet. They are always immersed in a shoreless ocean of blissful love for Sri Radha. Now, Swamini proceeds to Nandiswara, the village of Sri Nandaraja, to cook for Madhava, the free enjoyer who is always absorbed in his delectable pastimes. He is the Leela Purushottama, the ever-sportive Lord, who likes to play so much that he is intoxicated in ever-fresh sports. Krishna is thus called Leela Maya, and Swamini always immerses this Leela Maya in an ocean of delectable sports. How sweetly she is placing her steps. How nicely her ankle bells are jingling. How sweetly she is joking with her girlfriends on the way. She is so absorbed in laughing and joking that she has no idea where she is going to or where she is coming from. It is as if she perceives the reflection of her Priyatama in the mirror of her heart. Kundalata tells Swamini, the desires of your Jataka bird-like eyes will be fulfilled now by seeing your cloud-like lover Ganashyama.
Jataka bird nature to drink only the cloud water. He is very thirsty, but he not go to river to drink. He is waiting for the water. When the rain will happen, cloud will give water, then he will drink. This is the nature of that. Means only he wants to be, take the mercy from one point, not many points. From the Lord himself, Swamini himself. Understand?
When Swamini hears this, her vine-like body trembles, and the hairs on her body stand erect of bliss, like blooming flowers of love. Tulasi is like a female bee that drinks all the honey that drips from these love flowers. Suddenly, this vision vanishes, and Sri Raghunatha weeps and prays, "When can I see you in this sweet way?" O Swamini Radhika, O worshipper of Krishna's place, when you go to the town of Nandisvara, the abode of King of Raja, with your girlfriends, to cook Madhava's meal, tears are constantly streaming from your eyes. Your skin is studded with goose pimples of ecstasy, and your mouth sings the name of Govinda. Your gait stumbles, and your mind is absorbed in rasa, remembering Shyama Sundara. I will fill up my eyes with a vision of this golden young beauty who is so absorbed in loving ecstasy, and shower flowers on her path. I will walk behind everyone else and roll in her footprints, showering them with my tears of love. End of verse 58.
Change your meditation. We are meditating in the material thing. Change, follow this way where love is moving. I want to follow backside of you to learn how the stepping of love moving. That's the meaning. Love is the way. Love is the way. This Bible says, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, love is the way and love is the goal. And Jesus, Vedas say, Scriptures say, love is the way and Krishna is the goal. God is the goal. What you want to follow, it depends upon you. You want to follow Chaitanya? Love is the way and love is the goal. Krishna himself telling, I can show you in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I am trying to feel the feeling of Radhika. And Krishna himself covered in Radha bhav, feeling, and cover himself in the same color that he don't want to go out from it. Means, I want to live in that feeling and you recognize me like a Radha love to me. Not different identity. And last of Bhagavad Gita, there is written, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is mentioned that Krishna wants to know only in Chaitanya that he is a Radha. He don't like to listen with Krishna himself. Surprising. I will show you. She has this way. What is that? Jaktamma. Where she is, call her. She will show you that Chaitanya. Yeah. And one here, take this Adilila folk and to read and see. We have to know this. What is your way of going? The love is the only way. Other way is a blockage for love way. Sri Radha. Any other way you select for going on is all blockage. More blockage you are creating for yourself. And love will go with relation and feelings. And that go deep to realize your identification and the divine identification of divine. That to practice and live in that. Sri Radha. Radhe Radhe.